Gentleman yields. At this time, the chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Washington, Ms. Randall, for 5 minutes. Ms. Randall.
Thank you, Chairman Hurd, for holding this important hearing and being dedicated to doing this work. I also want to thank our witnesses for being here today. Mr. Chairman, your partnership on the ATARA Amendment Act has been incredible, and as folks know, ATARA was enacted in 2016 with the goal of empowering tribes to have more authority to manage their own trust assets. But as we heard in the hearing earlier this year, the red tape and administrative challenges and inadequate funding have caused many tribes to be unable to utilize the benefits of ATARA as it was intended. That February hearing was very early in our first year as members of Congress, but it showed me how you, Mr. Chairman, are committed to learning from the witnesses that come before this committee. When President Kapoman from the Quinault tribe of Indians traveled to Washington, D.C. and explained very clearly about some of the challenges that they had navigated, and you asked thoughtful questions, and then I think it was a conversation we had on the sidewalk that sparked for me that we would be able to work on this together. So I just wanted to acknowledge that and thank you so much for your leadership. This bill reaffirms the trust responsibility of the federal government to tribal nations and strengthens tribal self-determination in the management of trust assets by cutting this unnecessary red tape and allowing more tribes to develop Indian asset management plans, as you have already spoken to. Mr. Vredenberg, I wonder if you can share a bit about how implementing ATARA helped your tribe also implement further ecosystem restoration work, including increasing fish return.
Absolutely. ATARA has allowed the tribe to be a more effective manager. Natural resource decisions are best made as close to the ground as possible. The tribe has been managing these lands for millennia. And they know it, and they know their community and the values of the community. And so the decisions come much more quickly with the fullness of that knowledge, and the results are showing out on the ground as we're seeing fish return to places they haven't been in a decade, and our wildlife populations responding with abundance.
That's wonderful. Certainly in my own district, I have had a chance to see how tribal leaders and tribal natural resources scientists are the best positioned to make these management decisions about their lands and waters and forests. And in fact, during the shutdown, when we didn't see government scientists be able to uphold some of their co-management responsibility in Washington, it was tribes that continued to do so much of that important work. But it's not, as I think was mentioned, it's not every tribe that is able to take advantage of creating a plan through ATARA. And, how could this amendment allow more tribes to successfully implement ATARA as intended?
HR 5515 addresses some of the hurdles and streamlines the process for tribes to be able to enter into the ATARA authority. It's also the knowledge of the permanence that knowing that that it might take a little bit of work now, but it'll be worth it in the future, and it'll be durable, something they can rely on and trust. I think is really going to foster more participation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Vredenberg, and thank you to our other witnesses. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back.